everyone! Welcome to another bookie video. If you're new here, I make content about various things, but one of those definitely is books. And in the last, I would say, couple of months, I would say maybe 4 months, I don't know if that's exact, I've really been trying to focus, aside from like book challenges that I do for YouTube or, you know, with the Dear Hopefuls or whatever, I've really been trying to only read books or work my way through my to-read list. Admittedly, I have a few different versions of this. Number one is obviously just books people tell me about or that I hear about and that I write down, although usually I do end up adding those to the Storygraph list. Number two is the Storygraph list. And then number 3 and 4 are on my library apps for ebooks and audiobooks. I have one on Libby and one on BorrowBox. I have a read later list. And those don't always overlap with the Storygraph list. But the Storygraph list is the one that I've been trying to use as my list to work through. And every time I go through it, there are books on there that I added back when I had Goodreads, I think probably before I even started YouTube, at least 10 years ago. And my reading style has changed, my reading ability has changed, my reading priorities have changed. There's a lot that's happened. I think a lot of those Goodread books were actually recommendations to me at the time, and I think they were a lot more YA. I vividly remember 99 Days being one of them, and I actually bought the book, and I think I spoke about it in one of my first YouTube videos. But I think that was also around the time that I was reading Divergent and maybe the Percy Jackson series, so it would have been those kinds of books that were recommended to me. And those are still books that are on my list, but perhaps I don't actually care about them anymore. I don't need to read them anymore. But because of the way I am, I didn't want to just delete them and that's it. So I want to go through my Storygraph to read list, actually have a look at what each book is and document it all so that even if I do get rid of books on that list, if I'm ever curious or, you know, I'm in the mood for a book that I don't know, as in I'm in the mood for a book but I don't know what it's going to be, I can watch this video back and see if there was anything that was on my list once upon a time that I no longer feel I need. So beware of the laptop noises, and we're going to have a look together. Okay, so this is my Storygraph page. As you can see, I'm currently in the middle of Girl in Translation and also Where Rainbows End. I never used to read multiple books at a time. Who am I? Anyway, and right here is my to read pile. So let's click on it and see what the story is. And so the laptop begins. Let's go with earliest added. And what I think I'm going to do is open a new tab and read what it's about and then see if I want to keep it. So first of all, let's have a look at the star rating, 4.31. That's pretty good. I do feel like I've heard good things about this book. Yeah, see, John Green, Rainbow Rowell, those are people that I was reading at the time. So let's have a quick look at the blurb. I'm gonna skip through this and then just make my decision so that you don't have to sit through hours of me reading blurbs. Okay, so this is still interesting to me. Something about like they were close and then they're no longer close. So, oh, and also this actually, that they're going to be from 2 different perspectives. So that definitely sounds like it's still up my street. This already, like the fact that it's part of a series makes me nervous. I don't have time for series anymore. 3.29, not so high, although Katie's read it and has given it 4 stars. And it doesn't even have a blurb. Here we go. I mean, again, this sounds interesting to me. Cell phones forbidden, security cameras watch every move, but it just feels like it's very young adulty. And I've learnt in time that I am ready for the more adult books. So I am going to remove it, but, you know, it can be there in the back of my mind if I'm looking for something. This next one also looks like it's going to be very YA. Hate List by Jennifer Brown. Like already, I know we shouldn't be judging books by covers, but already an image that has a real person on it, I just automatically, I don't know what it is, but I just don't want to read it. It doesn't seem interesting to me. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. Let's quickly check the blurb. Actually, stars. Stars is not bad. Almost 4 stars. Oh, interesting. So the story sounds interesting, but again, it just seems like it's going to be so YA, and I'm not in the mood for that. It annoys me. That's not true. It doesn't annoy me necessarily, but there's something about it that irks me, and I need to be in the right headspace for it, and that's not usually going to be the case. Now this one, I would actually love to go back. Oh, hang on. Right, sorry, my grandma called. So the Lorien Legacies, I loved this series. I think this was just before I started filming videos for YouTube, so I don't think I ever spoke about it. But I thought it was a very clever, cool series. So a part of me would love to go back and reread it all from the start. I don't think I can pick up The Fate of 10 and just like jump back in and remember where it left off. So I'm gonna take it off my to-read list. But again, it's nice to know that if I ever want to go back and revisit a series, that's definitely one that I probably wouldn't necessarily think about, but I definitely remember enjoying. The Last Time We Say Goodbye, again, this definitely was around the period of 99 Days and just all those other YA books. Like If I Stay Where We Were, like that whole thing. Yeah, 13 Reasons Why, that was another one. Let's have a look. Back before 13 Reasons Why was a big deal. Oh, here we go. Again, it does sound interesting, but again, knowing it's going to be YA, I think, like, as I've also mentioned before, not just is the problem like YA writing, because I do still enjoy rereading John Green's books and things like that, but I also really struggle with teenagers as characters, or in real life as well. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but like I can find them a bit much. And so sometimes having to read a whole book from the perspective of a teenager just can be a bit grating. So I think we're gonna leave it. And again, I know I have this video to come back to it. This is like my backup to read list, if you will. Oh, it feels so nice to be emptying this. Proof of Forever. Again, this even just looks like If I Stay. I did love If I Stay, to be fair. Okay, look, I already like a before or after, then now. I definitely like that. But like First Kisses, Skinny Dipping, Bonfires, like, I don't know, it's just not my scene anymore. And also, like, this makes me sad, because that's very realistic. I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm sorry. I kind of feel bad, but equally, like, I need to focus on the books that I actually want to read, and if there's all these other books clogging it, then it's just not gonna happen. This, I'm still interested in reading, The Fairy Tale Detective, so I'm gonna keep that on. Twisted, let's see. Twisted is just such a good name. I feel like I've used that myself to title things. Obviously, there's the musical. Like, it's just a good name for anything, I find. Ooh. Don't like that. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it over my computer. There's a lot of fireworks. I suppose today is the actual day of Diwali. It's okay. It's loud. I want to see. Hang on. Okay, it is very pretty, admittedly. Hopefully it'll be going through the night so I can keep looking. Although that one is like directly outside my window, so that was nice. But anyway, this about what it means to be a man today. Sorry, that's not for me. Also, this was written in 2007. Things have changed since 2007. This one I definitely still want to read, In Order to Live. That's very high on my list because it's a non-fiction. And this was one of the first, like, this was before I was even into non-fiction again, or ever. Someone told me about this, or maybe it was like mentioned in a YouTube video or something, and I definitely want to get to that book. Every Day just looks like it's not going to be for me, but let's have a look. Ooh, I do like that. So I like the concept of a different body, a different life every day. I don't know if I love them falling in love and, you know, suddenly the rules don't apply anymore. Let's see. 3.74, like, it's pretty good. I'll keep that one on because I'm curious about it. That one's piqued my interest more than the others. Although, again, the fact that it's a series does concern me a little. How to Ruin a Summer Vacation. See, a picture like this already, to be fair, it's from 2006, but I'm already like, oh, don't think that's for me. Ooh. The first two sentences have already got me interested, to be fair. This is interesting. I am curious to read this. When is this from? 2006? Is this author Jewish or Israeli? That's my first question. It says she's American. Doesn't say anything. Let me just go back to early years and see if it tells me something about her school. I don't know. It's just like a regular school. It's not a Christian school necessarily. Oh, I don't know. I'll keep it in because, again, it's piqued my interest, but we'll see if I ever get to it. And again, it's a series, which is not ideal. But okay, let's keep going. J.J. Johnson, I definitely remember reading other books by, but let's see what this is. Ooh, this does sound like me, and it definitely sounds like a book I would have loved if I'd read it 10 years ago. But I think I'm gonna leave it. Again, I've got my backup, you guys, but I think I'm gonna leave it. It's no longer, like, a priority. Believe Anorexic. Let's see. Yeah, I thought this might be about anorexia. I think I'm gonna leave it as well. Like, it's sad because it probably would have been a powerful book or an important book for me to read 10 years ago, but it's no longer there. Oh, it sounds interesting, but also I'm not convinced, so we're gonna take it off. This looks interesting. Oh, magical realism, even though they haven't mentioned it. This sounds like wild. But sure, we'll keep it on there for now, I guess. Another series though, I can't deal with that. Okay, again, a person on the front cover makes me think nope, but let's see. Well, that's not much of a description to go on. We're gonna just cut it. And again, this one, I think this is probably a very good book. 3.3 is not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. It is short. I imagine it's a very important book to read, but I think there are non-fictions that I could read that would deliver similar outcomes, I think. Saving June. See, look at all of these books. You can tell that the kind of thing I was reading about was like depressive stuff. But I am going to leave this. Oh, it feels so good to like be emptying. It's like decluttering my to-read list. It's wonderful. This is probably another similar one. You can really see where I was at with my reading. Nah, sorry. By Your Side. Again, real people on the front cover. I'm not in the mood for. And also just like love stories for me, they need to be really good for me to care. And with YA, I just feel like that's probably not. Not that it's not going to be good, but it's not going to be the kind of love story that I care about as much as, you know, in adult fiction. This looks interesting. The Cost of All Things. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, and told from 4 different viewpoints. I like this, I think. I think we'll keep it on. My Everything. Ooh. Oh. It sounds really interesting. But I feel like it might grate on me. This one is adult. Maybe that's why I'm already more like, But I definitely struggle with like lack of communication when I see it or read it in books. So I think I might leave it. It says light-hearted. That's interesting. This one I need to keep on there because I was given a physical copy of this book. I can't even remember when, although it's middle grade, but I never ended up reading more than the first couple of chapters of it, and I couldn't like focus on it at all. So even though I read those, I didn't understand what was going on. So we'll keep it on there. I don't even know, that book is probably in Australia. But maybe when I next go, I can see if I can pick it up and try and read it. But it was a big book. Not huge, but like 440 pages. It's bigger than my average. But we'll see. We'll leave it on there. This one, Under the Light. Now it says Light 2, and I think I read the first one. A Certain Slants of Light, I think it was called. Yeah. I gave it 3 stars. I remember it being really interesting, but I also don't remember anything else about it, so I'm going to take it off. Boom Boom. The Children by Charlotte Wood. I have no idea what this is about, but dark, reflective, I like that. Ooh. I might keep that on there because if I'm in the right mood for it, I find it cathartic. But if I'm not, then I'll just be sad. Oh, This Is Not a Test. I feel like I read that as well, but I feel like it was a short story or something. Oh, maybe not. I can't remember this. I don't remember this at all. How much did I give it? 4 stars. I obviously liked it at the time, but we can get rid of the prequel or whatever it is. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Inkheart is another one that I actually really don't care about, but I have a physical copy of, so I need to read at some point. Detail of History, I think that's non-fiction, so we'll keep it. I think we're getting near the end. I hope my battery lasts. The Argonauts, I think all of these are more recent, so I think I'm going to keep them on for now, and if at some point I decide to review, I will come back to that. But, oh, 1984 I read, didn't I? But anyway, I think most of these are fairly recent, although that doesn't look recent at all, and neither does that. Maybe we'll do a part 2 at some point, but we're going to leave this for now, because my battery is going to die. So I will see you all in the next video, like this already. I'm like, probably not. But I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I culled or any of the books that are on the list, because I'm curious what you think of them. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!